Gone. Reduced to atoms.
Yes, you are seeing this correctly. Miller has tweeted out earlier today a goodbye for Marvel's Avengers and written a report over the game being disassembled. It's sad to see, definitely, but I think most of us saw this coming because of just how the game has been ever since launch and just the lack of content and especially the lack of communication with the developers, how they've been towards this game. So, yeah, I mean, there's nothing we can do about it, really. Hope for a comeback. That would have been great as well, but it's just not in a good state to even consider a comeback, so might as well just put it to rest, pull the plug, and yeah, just move on to other projects, whatever the developers are going to do next. So let's go ahead and take a look at Miller's report. Right there, as you see on screen, it says exclusive, Marvel's Avengers has disassembled. Plans to cease development on Marvel's Avengers have accelerated at Crystal Dynamics, with sources pointing to an announcement as early as next week. So for sure, we'll get some confirmation from the devs themselves stating what's to come with the game since it's going to end. The story highlights our Avengers lead developer Brian Wagner has parted ways with Crystal Dynamics. Sources say that the announcement of Marvel's Avengers End is imminent. No additional content, characters, missions, etc. will be released. Avengers' exit strategy includes an upheaval of in-game systems such as time gating, microtransactions, etc. and the long-awaited traversal updates will be Avengers last. Marvel's Avengers has never had a particularly easy time in the press. The ill-fated licensed looter from Tomb Raider developers Crystal Dynamics has seen headlines ranging from Marvel's Avengers no longer has a roadmap coming to Marvel's Avengers update leaks your IP address since launching back in September 2020. The strength of the Marvel brand did little to turn the tides in Avengers' favor, and criticism that arose during the title's closed beta continued on throughout its lifespan, namely a lack of content, an overabundance of game-breaking bugs, and a community left feeling abandoned by the developers' sparse communications. This all came to a head in a report here at Xputer last December that revealed the end was in sight and that preparations were being made to sunset the title in 2023. Since then, it would seem the situation has evolved. Brian Wagner's departure. Sources tell me that while plans to end support for Marvel's Avengers did initially stretch to the back half of 2023, these have quickened following the recent departure of lead developer Brian Wagner. Crystal Dynamics issued a public dressing down to Wagner for a series of unearthed racist tweets this past November, stating that he will no longer be a studio spokesperson or communicating about studio projects. This apparent muzzling lasted until late last week when Wagner removed all mention of Avengers from his social media profiles and unfollowed the game's official accounts. Sources say that Wagner was indeed let go and that he will not be replaced on the increasingly small team of developers still working on Avengers, with most already doing double duty on one of the studio's other projects. The remaining talent are expected to be moved full-time to Crystal Dynamics' new Tomb Raider title under Amazon Games, which I am told is well into full-scale development and the subject of mounting pressure in the lead-up to a reveal later this year. How it ends, according to sources at Crystal Dynamics, the announcement that Avengers is ceasing development could come as early as next week. Their exit strategy includes a series of changes to the game's various systems, namely removal of artificial time gating and an overhaul to the available cosmetic microtransactions. I am also told that the game will remain available for sale digitally until at least September, and that efforts are being made to keep the game playable for existing owners as long as possible. Outside of these changes and any subsequent bug fixes, the final regularly scheduled update is an upgrade to player traversal. Sources tell me that this should bring the entire roster's mobility in line with this most recent addition, resolving the long-standing complaint that heroes like Captain America and Hulk feel sluggish when compared to game's other playable characters. Unreleased content. Marvel's Avengers had a wealth of content in various stages of development that will ultimately not see release. These include Patrol Mode, a free-roaming mode set in the game's largest map that would see players accepting boss bounties to challenge the title's antagonists in unique encounters, among other smaller objectives. This update would have come alongside Join in Progress, functionally allowing players to drop in and out of fire teams without interrupting gameplay, a working prototype of which I'm told was in testing last summer. A clash with the famous Marvel villain Ultron was also in the cards, with work dating as far as back as early development, where he was once the narrative's primary antagonist. This boss fight would see the friendly NPC bot Roy possessed by a sentient, corrupt AI, with players having to set up beacons in order to extract and trap the foreign consciousness. Several characters were in the pipeline as well, including She-Hulk and Captain Marvel. These two were part of an earlier internal content release schedule that was updated under Wagner's leadership to include heroes like Jane Foster, Shuri, and Ironheart, which could be accomplished on a lower budget by repurposing existing assets. Goodbye, Avengers. Marvel's Avengers enjoyed a modest but active fan base that kept the struggling live service afloat through its innumerable controversies. Podcasts, wikis, Discord servers, and subreddits sprung to life and remained active even as player counts dipped and the game's competitors came and went. Current and former developers I spoke with sang the praises of their co-workers and consistently described a fountain of potential kneecapped by inept studio management and Marvel Games bureaucracy. To them and the game's community, Avengers meant a lot. I remember it fondly. At the time of recording this video, they have actually gone out and posted an important announcement for the future Marvel's Avengers on their own Twitter page. So if we quickly just add that onto the video to make it even longer, it just mentions, "To our amazing community, after 2.5 years and introducing 12 of Earth's mightiest heroes following update 2.8 on March 31st, 2023, we will no longer add new content or features to Marvel's Avengers. All official support for the game will end on September 30th, 2023. Even after official support ceases on that date, both single and multiplayer gameplay will continue to be available. See below for more information. Update 2.7, which added the Winter Soldier Hero and Cloning Lab OLT, is the last new content to be added to the game. No new cosmetics are coming to the marketplace, and all final balance updates will occur in Update 2.8 in March. Along with the end of development, we'll also be turning off the cosmetics marketplace. When Update 2.8 launches on March 31st, 2023, credits will no longer be purchasable and all remaining credit balances will be converted into in-game resources to aid ongoing adventures. Here is a table with the resources that will be granted based on existing credit balances. So right here, I'll put it full screen. You can see it's in a table form, so on the left side you get your credit balance on how much balance there is, and it is listed out on the type of resources that you will be receiving with the amount of credit balances that you have. As a show of our appreciation for our community, starting March 31st, we will make all the game's marketplace challenge card and shipment cosmetic content available to all players for free. Every single outfit, takedown, emote, and nameplate from the marketplace, challenge cards, and shipments will be free for all players from this date onwards if you own a copy of the game. Gifting the full library of marketplace cosmetic content is a way to thank our community by letting everyone experience the breadth and depth of content in Marvel's Avengers. We know this is disappointing news as everyone in our community has such a connection to these characters and their stories. We're so grateful that you came on this adventure with us. Your excitement for Marvel's Avengers, from your epic photo mode shoots to your threads theorizing who's our next heroes would be to your Twitch streams, has played a large part in bringing this game to life. We hope you continue to play and enjoyed Marvel's Avengers. We can't thank you enough for your support and for being part of our super team. And that's that for the article. Again, it's sad to see the game come to an end because we know how much potential it had and how awesome it would be if it would live up to its full potential, but everything does come to an end, and I'm glad it's coming to an end sooner rather than later. Again, like first month of 2023, so just to get out of the way so they can move on to new projects. They shouldn't be wasting their time on this game even more if nothing is going to be going on. At the end of the day, I really do appreciate that we got an Avengers game. I thought it was a ton of fun to play. Me personally, I just really enjoyed this game, especially playing it with my friends at times. It was fun to play the raid together. That was cool, and take out the OLT boss and stuff like that. Just really wish there was content there, and it definitely could have pulled through a little bit longer. I also didn't mind the type of looter that this game was. I know this isn't the best looter game that there is as compared to the other ones out there, but you know, it was pretty fun to me, especially ranking all these heroes up and getting them to the best builds as possible so they just wreck all the bosses and stuff like that. Sucks to see as far as the future of this channel. I don't know, we'll see what happens. You know, I guess I'll just post, you know, videos on upcoming Marvel games and stuff like that. Thought about Hogwarts Legacy. Hopefully maybe I'll get something on that whenever the game comes out. There's some news. Marvel Spider-Man 2, probably get some news on that, just about news games of upcoming, you know, Marvel games or something. Whatever I'm interested in, I'll get something out there. But if you guys have any requests or you want to see something, just, you know, feel free to let me know down below in the comments, and we'll see what I could pump out. Thank you guys for watching, and of course, thanks to all the supporters that have been supporting me throughout this YouTube journey. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it, every single one of you guys. It's really cool. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys whenever I get something uploaded next. Peace out.